Okay, so in this video, I want to show you step by step how to stretch in carpet just using a knife, a hook knife, and a carpet knee kicker. So we're going to start in the corner over here, and I'm basically making a bunch of little relief cuts so that the carpet will lay down nicely, and then we're going to trim and tuck that in. Tuck it around the door jamb there. Then we're going to go ahead and crease on this wall and get it locked onto the tack strips there. I always like to make a little release cut to wherever I creased it on, because if you don't, sometimes the carpet could just kind of work itself loose. So you make that release cut, tuck everything down, swoop, swoop, get all those fibers out of the way, make sure you did a good job. And now we're on to the next phase here. I'm going to crease the rest of this wall on here, just lock on the whole thing. Make those release cuts again. And every 2 to 3 feet, I make another release cut and just lob it off. Now, some of those pros like to use wall trimmers. Years ago, we were consistently leaving these things on the job site. So I said, you know what? Everybody's got to learn how to trim and tuck without the wall trimmer. So we never bought them again. That's the story on why we don't use wall trimmers in my world. But we're going to crease it on, locking onto the strip. You see me peel it back there, run my blade along it, and then just tuck it in with the hook knife there. That wall is nice and secure in theory. Now we're at the opposite wall. Make a release cut, same thing. Cut those corners in, which you can't see right now at the moment, but that's what I'm doing. I got my knife, got my hook knife, and then we're going to go ahead and bring the kicker into play. Now with the kicker, you're going to set it about 2 inches back from the baseboard there. That way you're close enough to the tack strip that when you kick it on there, it's just going to push the carpet right onto the tack strips, and basically the baseboard will almost stop the kicker. So if you go too far back, you're not doing yourself any justice. You're working harder. But if you're an inch or two back from the baseboard, you just give it that little tap tap. The kicker head will tap the baseboard and lock it onto the tack strips, if that makes any sense whatsoever. And then we're going to crease it on and then just slowly trim and tuck everything in. Work your way down. If you cut it too heavy, you can just peel it back and trim a little more. If you cut it too short, try and stretch it up a little more to get those fibers to tuck in nicely. And I don't even know where I'm going to go to next here. We're going to finish trimming and tucking this. What wall am I going to pivot to? The same wall, it looks like. I can't remember what I did in this video. Going down to the doorway here. Make those little triangle cuts in the corners there. See how everything flops right into place for you? And we're going to go ahead and work our way right down to that corner, pressing any slack out of the picture. Crease it on with the hook knife. Be careful when you're creasing it on too. If you drag your fingers along the tack strip area through the carpet, you can go ahead and shred your knuckles. So it is a little bit of a fine art, a little bit of a finesse when it comes to creasing so that you don't cut yourself. You could also just wear gloves to make life easy. And for me, I like to trim and tuck as I go. Some people like to save that for the last, but when you trim and tuck as you go, you don't have to worry about any of the carpet popping off when you hop to opposite walls. And yeah, this is the quick DIY style on how to stretch and tuck carpet. I'll see you on the next.